What's going on, guys? Pete from PeteIsaac.com. Thank you so much for coming out. And today's a very tough topic for me to talk about, and it always hits home when something like this comes into play, all right? The question coming in was, Pete, how do I stop binge compulsive eating? I've been doing this for a long time, extremely overweight, and now I just feel lost. I've been on the 21-day beach diet. It got me to a point, but I really just quit. They don't have money to seek therapy, just financially in that struggle, and their household is setting them up for disaster pretty much because they all are in the same boat as them. Not only that, she wants to be this influence towards her kid, and it feels like she's just lost and really gave up exercise just because she doesn't know where to go. She feels like it's pointless. First things first is that I want you to make sure that you don't do anything drastic enough to where the stress and the anxiety of this situation is going to cause you to do something harmful to yourself, okay? Because it's one thing you don't want to do is be the example of someone that has done something so drastic to almost like taking their life. And I get that point that you want to give up and you want to stop doing things because it's so hard. It's tough. You're inside your own brain. You're inside your own guilt for forever. You know, and I'm not a professional, okay? But I've lived through the experience for thousands of years. If I was a vampire, thousands of years, but that's what it feels like, right? It feels like that. So I wrote down a couple steps that I want you to try to implement, and I really, really hope that this helps you at least start, because I want you to know that this process is not going to be short term. This is not a quick fix, okay? This process, I'm still in it, all right? But I've learned to accept that fact. So let me get to the first one. Obviously, option one, I hope you can do somewhere, all right? And I understand finance. If you can make this work, it always is your best bet, is seek professional help. And I want you others to know that there's no shame at all in ever seeking for help. The people that seek for help are the strong ones. It's the ones that don't and try to help themselves only without the help of someone else are the weak ones, okay? You can only take yourself so far with anything in life. So always seek help. That's what I always say. The biggest step you could take right now is to don't diet, okay? Don't diet. The worst thing you could do is get on the 21-day beach body, the isogenics cleanse. It's the worst thing you could do because it's not going to teach you and resolve the matter. All that's going to do is restrict you from things that you want to do. It's going to cause you so much emotional stress, you're going to end up firing right back even tenfold. So do not, and I repeat, do not diet. Do not put yourself on a self-made program or structured program that's gonna, set you up for failure, because that's what they do. Diets set you up for failure, guys, and that's why I always stay away from diets. Even though I talk about it, and it's a term that we use in fitness. It's a term that we use in fitness to sell and to market. Everyone knows diet, so we use the word diet. Please don't fall into that trap and don't do it. Here's what I want you to do. We need you to develop healthy habits. Healthy habits. Which means, right now, eat good food. You know what good food is, right? Fruits, vegetables, meats. Don't worry if it's even lean meats. Like, get into whole, healthy foods. Stay away from maybe bigger processed foods. That's a great way to get vital, to feel better about yourself, because that's what a goal is here. Another one is eat when hungry. Now, here's the problem that I always had when getting into binge eating, and I still do, right? We get emotional. The life stresses take us on, and now we have this like never-ending pit for this taste. Why? Because we're trying to get all this stress we want all the stress to feel good, and food is like a drug, just like cocaine and heroin. It does the same exact thing. It makes us feel better, but makes us feel better in the process. But then what happens? We get into guilt, right? We get right into guilt. But let's go back to here. Eat when hungry. And know the difference between emotional eating and eating for when you're really starving, right? Eat till you're good. You don't want to eat till you feel good. You want to eat till you're full. And you have to start to find that difference. Is it going to be a one-shot deal? No. You might have to go through this process and go through this process over and over again in order for you to indicate this one part. And that's where don't feel guilty about it, okay? Because we all fall back into the trap. I will tell you right now, doing this since I was 14 years old, I'm now 37, I still sometimes fall into the trap of not knowing the difference between emotional eating and I'm starving. Sometimes, like a diet, especially one with a cleanse that restricts you from not eating for so many times, you are now restricting yourself from your body's, like it wants it. You know, your body's asking for it. And if you said you're overweight and obese, your body needs that certain amount of calories. I don't want to get into science, but it needs the food, right? So try to find and figure out the difference. And if you catch yourself, catch it. And then get busy. Meaning, instead of like sitting there at the table, go do a project. Watch something. Go for a walk. Go outside and do your activity again. Get back to your exercise. Don't give up on that. Because that's the only emotional outlet you might have. And if that's something else you need help with, please let me know, because I will definitely help you with that, right? A lot of our guilty eating has to do with stress. So learning how to manage stress is very key, which goes back to seeking professional help. The only way, I never really saw someone professionally that helped me with my eating disorder. I went to go just see a regular therapist, you know, someone I could talk to about something or anything without judgment. And she broke it down, and it always relates back to the past. But that could be a whole nother video, okay? And I will do that as well, because I just know this topic is very, 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 very strong in what I believe in, and I know what you're trying to get through. And I understand the pain, the frustration. But the frustration, pain, and everything else will lead you to do bad things. I need you to do number 4, most of all, is believe in you. Okay, I want you to believe in yourself and be honest with yourself. Just know that you can do it. Please don't give up. Okay, the worst thing you could do is give up this fight, because we're fighting for the rest of our lives. We should be a big group, because there's a lot of us, and a lot of people don't admit it, especially males. But for you to reach out to me, that means a lot. Okay, and I want you to feel great about yourself. Don't necessarily look at yourself in the mirror and hate yourself day by day. All right, look at yourself and believe in yourself. Find something happy and gratifying that you could live and survive for. Something that's going to make you work. And I know if you follow me on Periscope, you know I always talk about your whys. And right now, this is where you have to use your why as the strongest point. Why do you want to do this, right? And always go back to that. To believe in you is the biggest thing you can do right now. Because if you could do that, you'll get through these couple steps. But if you can't do number 4, you're going to give up on these steps in 4 weeks. I need you to believe and take your time in this process. Take your time, and the biggest thing you can do is learn to develop healthy habits. A very good healthy habit is just right now choosing better foods. And I understand that inside your household, I'm trying to stay very monotone right now, because it really, it's very touching to me, this topic. And in your household, you're set up for disaster. Everyone has bad eating habits, and you're surrounded by that. I would wish your whole family or your whole household would jump on this board with you if they knew how important it was for you. Maybe that's a discussion that you might need to have with your family, and tell them to learn to accept the fact, because there's going to be haters. They're not going to understand why you're doing it. But if you don't have the help of others, you need to be very, very strong, because temptation is going to be there. It's going to be around the house, and that's where you have to be the stronger one, the one that believes in you enough that you can change. Because you could be the person that breaks that cycle in that house. If you break that cycle, that would be fantastic for everybody. All right? I need you to believe in everything in your heart and your mind, that you know why you're doing this and you ask for this help. Please, it's got to bring you to tears. That's how strong it's got to be. And I know you're in there crying inside or crying outside. Maybe not crying at all because you don't want to show and you're tough. Right? Maybe you're a tough person. But if you are, let it out. Let the emotions fly. And don't give up on the exercise, because that's what's helping you get rid of some of this, you could say, negative energy inside your body. Guys, again, number 1, seek professional help. If you can, please find someone out there. Maybe just a therapist, someone you can talk to about whatever's stressing you out in life. A lot of the things that we do, eating, drinking, any type of compulsion, is due to manageable stress. But we got to learn how to manage it. Number 2 is eat simple eating habits. Changing the way you do things now presently. And sometimes it has to be just one. All right? Number 2, don't feel guilty. You're going to fall back. It's going to be times you're going to fall back. Don't feel guilty. Just keep doing it and keep trucking into number 4 and keep believing yourself. All right? These are the 4 top things I can give you right now. We could talk on forever about this, but I want you to know that I can't give you all the answers at once. You got to do it step by step, small steps at a time. That's the way we succeed in this battle. This is the way it happens. But you always, always, always have to believe in yourself enough to last that long. All right, I hope that helped you out. Please let me know. Email me back. Comment up, guys, and let me know if there's anything else I could do for you. This is Pete, PeteIsip.com. I thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I'll see you guys later.